What is one thing a person has said to you that made you think, wow, this person is an idiot? Someone once tried to convince me that my coat makes me gay. God made me gay, this coat makes me fabulous. My ex's brother in full confidence said lava was 2 words. Tried to explain it's 2 syllables, not words. I was the idiot apparently. A work colleague coming in the day after a visit to the zoo telling us that panthers aren't really pink. Years ago a couple proudly told me they had been going to Spanish classes for a year because they wanted to immigrate to Brazil. When I pointed out that they speak Portuguese not Spanish, I got told that all of Latin America speaks Spanish. Even bigger idiot. I thought everyone was in on the brown cows make chocolate milk joke. But apparently there was still some idiot who wholeheartedly believed it. If Earth is spinning, why my front door is always facing east? The government wants you to think we're running out of oil. We're not, because it comes from bones. We could extract it from chicken bones. I was fascinated by how he had interpreted fossil fuels and then come to the most hilariously wrong conclusion. Don't run outside in the winter, your lungs will crystallize. It's not good for you, said while smoking a cigarette. Why should I be responsible for my son's late fees? I dunno, lady. Maybe because he's 12 and can't get a job yet? Also, there's the matter of the letter U and he signed when he got his library card that says you're responsible for any fines on the account, as his parent or legal guardian. Just a shot in the dark. I don't trust these so-called scientists, said a lady who was visiting the Public Astronomical Observatory while I was presenting stuff to the public, after she asked me this weird question about aliens and the center of the galaxy aligning or some shit. A colleague of mine thought jellyfish were a myth. Years ago, I was living in South Dakota and went to Michigan to visit family for Christmas. My aunt asked me if the cold weather in Michigan was bothering me. I confusingly told her that the weather in South Dakota is about the same, if not colder. She was shocked and said she didn't remember seeing any cold spells on the Weather Channel, in the South. That's when it dawned on me that she thought South Dakota was in the south part of the US because it has the word South as part of the name. My whole view of her shattered at that moment. The moon looks beautiful tonight. That's a streetlight. My cousin insisted that her ex-husband, who she cheated on multiple times including on their wedding day, owed her child support for the daughter she had before she met him. A girl once asked how drugs were sold. I told her the black market. Then she shouts in front of everyone. Wow, that's so racist. I had a classmate ask if an ancient Greek philosopher is still alive. My brother, 45 years old, once said that if you were looking at the sun through a telescope, I know, a lot to digest there, and the sun exploded, you would know it long before everyone else. I don't want to take the vaccine, it will make me sterile. You are 65. One of my ex-coworkers was convinced that the sun and the moon were the same thing. He thought it turned around at night and became the moon. He was astonished one morning when I pointed to the moon in broad daylight. I thought he was going to have a panic attack. Luckily, we were sharing a joint behind the warehouse and he calmed down a bit. He still didn't fully understand and kept glancing at the sky for the rest of our shift. A customer at work, when she saw my name tag, told me she didn't want to be rude but she was just absolutely disgusted with what my people are doing to Ukraine. I'm Icelandic, I genuinely thought she was talking about Eurovision for a second. There was an advocate on TV for science education for women. She said not enough teenage girls are studying science. We need to turn this around 360 degrees. Bit of a story, but many a year ago I was eating with my now ex. It was 2 a.m., and an older lady came into the place and asked if someone can give her a ride home. Her car had broken down, she worked in the plaza and showed us her work ID, so we gave her a ride, wasn't very far. No idea how the conversation ended up about Jurassic Park, but it did. She said she took her kids to see it when it came out and one of them asked how do they keep the dinosaurs from running out of the view of the camera? We all laughed and she said you believed he asked that? My ex said I don't know, maybe they have people off camera making sure they stay in the shot? Both look at my ex in complete disbelief. She didn't understand why we were shocked until I said they were CGI TIFF. The sudden realization on her face was incredible. That a guide dog's job is to drive the car for a blind person. I was on a blind date someone set me up on in college. She asked what my major was, I told her I was studying engineering. She got excited and said OMG I love trains toot toot. As she did the trucker horn motion. At first I thought she was joking, then I thought about explaining that as a different kind of engineer, but I didn't have the heart to crush that innocent little spirit. Fellow in my class said Ketanji Brown was not suited for the role of Supreme Court Justice because she's a woman and is soft, thus she will get too attached to cases. Chicken isn't meat, its poultry is still the top contender for me. Overheard a coworker ask another coworker if he was Mexican or European Mexican. I went to the library with my friend a few weeks ago because I love reading and just wanted to stroll around in there. I ended up telling my friend that I was going to the library and she said she will come along. After walking around for maybe 10 minutes she asked me why is there only books here. I'm sorry, what else do you want at a library? Food? My teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom when I started my period mid-class. I was told to just hold it in. This was our health teacher. Like I know I was at a tiny AF school in the middle of nowhere, Texas, but damn. So I went to watch Star Wars with my then girlfriend. After few minutes, when they showed the In a Galaxy Far scene, my girlfriend whispered to me, which year was this? I thought she was asking which year the film was shot or something. I told her I don't know, maybe last couple years or maybe 5 years, making a film takes time. She was like no, when did this thing happen? As in which year the Star War actually happened? Was it before I was born? It took me a lot of time to realize that she believed that Star War is based on a true story which actually happened some time ago before she was born. Boy oh boy was she dumb. One of my favorites has to be when a guy was talking about someone who, you wouldn't even know they were Portuguese until they started speaking Spanish. Don't even try to give the benefit of the doubt. They're that dumb. I can't be around dogs, because I'm an alpha and they automatically submit to me. My friend once said God put fossils on the earth to make the earth look older. On holiday in Arizona/Utah, from the UK, and got talking to an American woman who was really pleased to meet a Brit. I said, wasn't it amazing that this part of her country was so red and my country is so green, and the main difference being water. She looked at me and asked what I meant. I said that the UK gets lots of rain so we're green and Arizona/Utah doesn't so it's red. Huge generalization I know. She replied, oh no, you're so wrong. We're red and you're green because God decided on those colors. What do you mean outside our solar system? Turns out they thought the solar system and the universe were the same thing and was unaware there was anything beyond it. At one point in my history class in high school my teacher said something about a historical figure going incognito as a woodcutter. A girl in my class said, "Cognito? Where's that?" My neighbors were out on their balcony one night having a loud discussion about how flour comes from cows. One of my coworkers asked me if someone who has a sex change has a rib removed or added like in the Bible. God took the rib from Adam and made Eve. She was convinced men have one less rib. A full-grown man, in full confidence said the following. He jamp. I ask what jamp is. He tells me that jamp is jump, just like ran is run. My ex knew a girl who thought bears laid eggs. He liked messing people about and elaborated on her error by telling her yeah they climb palm trees and lay them up there. Coconuts are just unfertilized bear eggs. She actually believed him. I think she's a teacher now. When were horses invented? I wish I were kidding. Once I went to school wearing a Demon Slayer shirt. I walked into my 4th period class and my friend ran up to me, hugged me, then asked, "Whoa. Is that from Vampire Diaries?" I don't understand why it's illegal to sell organs on the black market. They're saving lives. I had pet rats, this friend said, aren't you worried about their poison? Rat poison. Like their venom. Some girl I was dating made it apparent she was a dumbass when she put a post on Facebook saying something like I love my dad so much, he put a door over my head. Obviously she meant roof. I used to be a writer. Cute girl, I really like your writing. Me, well, thank you. But I'm certainly no Shakespeare. Cute girl, which one is Shakespeare? Like, does he work here too? We dated for 6 months after that exchange. It was fun. She moved away and I do miss her, actually. Worked with a woman who wouldn't use microwaves for 2 reasons. First, they irradiate your brain. She would get very upset and leave the break room whenever anyone used the microwave to heat up their lunch so that she absorbed the radiation. Second, she claimed it was unhealthy to eat microwaved food because the microwave rearranged the molecules in the food, making it impossible for the body to recognize it as food. Therefore, since the body didn't recognize the microwaved food as actual food, it just converts it all to fat. Still my favorite scientific claim to date. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, show your support. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below.